If people want to see it like Barbie, like Oppenheimer, they're going to go see it and go out of their way to be loud and proud about it. And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore.
Timothée Chalamet, one of Hollywood's biggest young stars who has been a frontrunner for Best Actor at the 2026 Academy Award for his titular role in Mighty Supreme, could have jeopardized his Oscar-winning chances with these comments.
All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership, but damn, I just took shots for no reason. I grew up backstage at the New York City Ballet. My grandmother danced in the New York City Ballet, my mother danced in the New York City Ballet, my sister danced in the New York City Ballet.
These viral comments about ballet and opera received extreme backlash from their respective communities, as well as from his own industry.
Why is Timothée Chalamet taking shots at opera and ballet? Why are any artists taking shots at any other artist in the time where artificial intelligence threatens literally all art forms?
People still care about ballet and opera.
Opera is 400 years old. Ballet is 500 years old. Timothée Chalamet had the nerve to say on camera that nobody cares about it.
Like 14 cents. Yeah. No, when people get mad, it'll be a lot more than 14 cents.
That's right.
So be careful. I'm just saying, be careful, boy.
What is telling is the time these comments went viral. The video itself appeared in late February 2026, only to go viral a month later, within a week of Oscar voting closing.
Yeah, I just took shots for no reason.
Adding fuel to the fire, a month prior, a scandal surrounded the director of Chalamet's film, Josh Safdie. According to Page 6, a report revealed that the director allegedly hired a 17-year-old girl to play a sex worker in his 2017 film Good Time, co-directed with his brother Benny Safdie. The girl, who was considered a minor, was then allegedly asked to film a scene opposite a non-professional actor who had allegedly just been released from prison, who then proceeded to allegedly expose himself to the minor while filming.
We wanted to make a movie that was, not only dangerous in its scenarios, but like dangerous in its feeling and its vibe, and it's almost without moral.
These sorts of controversies leading up to and encompassing the Oscar season aren't new. It's a pattern. One that has changed the direction of the awards season, and sometimes the careers of those in Hollywood.
What do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work out?
That doesn't even enter my consciousness.
Maybe it should.
So...
The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Academy Awards. In the Pantages tonight is the world's most glamorous audience, nearly 3,000 strong, all waiting to see the Oscars handed out, and almost all are either rooting for friends or keeping their fingers crossed for themselves.
Since its inception in the late 20s, there's always been drama behind the scenes, with scandals overtaking artistic merit of certain nominated films.
Oh, wow! Well, I'm here at the Academy Awards, otherwise known as the White People's Choice Awards.
I'm representing Marlon Brando this evening. He very regretfully cannot accept this very generous award.
And the Oscar goes to Roman Polanski.
La La Land. Moonlight. Best Picture.
Back in 1941, powerful publishing magnate William Randolph Hearst didn't take kindly to Orson Welles' Citizen Kane, which was later confirmed to be inspired by the prominent figure.
Who loves to smoke? Enjoys a joke. I wouldn't get a bit upset if he were really broke. With wealth and fame, he's still the same. I'll bet you find you're not alive if you don't know his name.
Hearst launched a smear campaign of the film in the media, even trying to use his clout to have the film destroyed.
If you run this movie in your theaters, we will not take your advertising for any other movies. The Hearst papers. Well, that's a death knell. You don't mess with that.
Hearst's campaign had long-lasting effects as well. Citizen Kane was a box office disappointment upon its release, and it only had one win out of 9 Oscar nominations before vanishing from public view.
I went to the Academy Awards in '41 because I was one of the 9 nominations that the picture got. And I'll never forget that evening because first time that Kane was mentioned as one of the nominees, there were a certain number of very noticeable boos from the audience.
It would take another 25 years before critical reappraisals tagged it as one of the indisputable masterpieces in all of film history. Wells himself developed a reputation of difficulty that haunted him for the rest of his career.
Action, please.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence.
Are you here of your own free will? Has someone coerced you into being here?
Do you count Harvey Weinstein as a coercer?
One of the nastiest Oscar seasons was 1998, which saw the now infamous film producer and convicted sex offender Harvey Weinstein using all his previous clout to make a smear campaign against Oscar frontrunner Saving Private Ryan, so that his film, Shakespeare in Love, would win Best Picture. And it succeeded.
This was an ensemble film, and it took an ensemble team to make it. This is a movie about life and art and life combining. It's called Magic.
The Oscar goes to Russell Crowe and Gladiator.
Well, this moment is directly connected to those childhood imaginings. And for anybody who's on the downside of advantage and relying purely on courage, it's possible.
Over time, well, 3 in a row Oscar nominations, but I haven't received one for 23 years, so I think I'm pretty outside of that mix these days. It's a popularity contest now. It's not really about quality, and I don't really seek anybody in Los Angeles' approval. I couldn't give a shit.
By 2025, the Oscars no longer needed influential figures to overshadow a film's artistic merits. With the industry's growing fear of artificial intelligence becoming evident, Brady Corbett's epic drama The Brutalist came under fire for its use of its burgeoning technology to enhance elements of the film.
But for us, it was obviously the only way for us to achieve something which was completely authentic.
Then the first Brazilian actress nominated for Best Actress for her role in I'm Still Here, Fernanda Torres, came under fire after a 2008 clip of her in blackface resurfaced. But these scandals faded into the background after the biggest controversy of the 2025 Oscar season took center stage: Emilia Perez. The Oscar favorite, which received 13 nominations, one of the highest in the award's history, found itself in a media storm that overtook the film itself. First, there was French director Jacques Audiard accused of exploiting Mexican culture in the film, and not helping matters when he called Spanish the language of the poor and migrants. One of the stars of the film, Selena Gomez, received extreme backlash and almost a loss of 1 million followers on Instagram over a since-deleted video in which she cried about the ongoing deportation of illegal migrants from the US.
Only people are getting attacked, the children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do.
But the biggest controversy came in the form of lead actress Karla Sofía Gascón, the first openly transgender actor ever nominated for an Oscar. Gascón first made controversial headlines, accusing the social media team of fellow Best Actress nominee, Fernanda Torres, of attempting to undermine her work.
Pero en cambio sí veo a muchos personas que trabajan en el ambiente de Fernanda Torres que hablan mal de mí y de Emilia Pérez. Creo que eso habla más de ellos y de la película de ellos que de la mía.
Shortly after the accusations, an online journalist uncovered a long string of posts on Gascon's X account featuring Islamophobia, racism, and cruelty, including disparaging remarks about Muslims in her home country of Spain, vicious comments relating to the murder of George Floyd in the US, and criticism of the 2021 Oscar ceremony, which she described as an Afro-Korean festival, after Daniel Kaluuya and South Korean actress Yo Ya-jung won Best Supporting Actor and Actress trophies. One past tweet even took aim at co-star Selena Gomez, with Gascón calling the former Disney star a rich rat who was obsessed with her ex Justin Bieber and his wife Hailey Bieber.
Ni ni Zoe ni Selena pueden apoyar ningún tipo de palabra o retórica que pueda ser confundida, supongo, a que alguien pueda pensar que es algo racista o algo xenófobo o algo en contra de los derechos de los seres humanos. Es obvio.
The fallout was swift as cast and crew turned on Gascón, with Netflix distancing themselves and the actress removing herself from social media, as well as the film's press and award season itself, despite still having an Oscar nomination.
Karla Sofía Gascón is here tonight. And yeah. And Karla, if you are going to tweet about the Oscars, remember, my name is Jimmy Kimmel.
Within all this, Gascón may have caused a change in the Oscar ceremony itself, with the Academy dropping the Fab Five presenting format, which features past Oscar winners delivering personal tributes to acting nominees. In the end, the film walked away with only 2 Oscars, for Best Original Song and Best Supporting Actress for Zoe Saldana. The same year, one film, however, managed to defy the odds despite the controversy.
Anora.
Sean Baker's Anora swept the 2025 awards, winning 5 trophies including Best Actress for Marky Madison, Best Director, and Best Picture for Sean Baker, despite the film coming under fire due to the lack of intimacy coordinators on set, something that has been required to most film productions after the Me Too movement.
Little fact for you, Anora uses the F word 479 times. That's 3 more than the record set by Karla Sofía Gascón's publicist. You tweeted what?
Despite everything, the Oscars themselves have experienced falling ratings in an ever-growing overstuffed content landscape, with many of the nominated films and the stars within them becoming lost in the mix.
One more thing. Chalamet!
Could this be a sign that the Oscars are no longer the gold standard of success in an ever-evolving and changing creative industry?
But the truth is, I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats. I'm inspired by the greats here tonight. I'm as inspired by Daniel Day-Lewis, Marlon Brando, and Viola Davis as I am by Michael Jordan and Michael Phelps, and I want to be up there. So I'm deeply grateful to that. This doesn't signify that, but it's a little more fuel, it's a little more ammo to keep going. Thank you so much.